diversified farming interests being attracted here. So I think we have a bright future.
Hillary,
Phil, could you read that question
Yes,
again,
of
just so I'm...
what do you think is the most important challenge facing Windham County today and the town of Brattleboro?
Great. Jobs, the creation of jobs, but also the retaining of jobs, I think, is the most urgent issue that faces us in Windham County. I can save you, I can find 650 jobs today. And how I can find that is by keeping Vermont Yankee open. If our regulators, both federal and state, find that Vermont Yankee is safe and reliable, I think it would be irrational to close the plant. So I will find you 650 jobs or we can just chase them away like we have other concerns in this county. We have some really great assets in Windham County, and we need to leverage those. We need to identify them. We need to leverage them. I think what the work that the BDCC does and has been doing is sensational. What they've done is been able to prepare and build and have ready physical plants for companies to move into. And I think that is the right way to attract business, to provide plants that are ready to go. That, I think we have to continue. I do like the idea of local agriculture. That is really important. What that does is create local economies. And actually, what it also does is bring us back to the values that we used to enjoy, used to have, and that were used to be important to us. Thank you.
Ms. Cron.
Thank you. The number one, I could go on and repeat, the number one challenge we do have is jobs. My husband and I went out in Iowa this spring, working in Cedar Rapids, doing repair after the flood they had there in '08. And we talked to a group of guys came in from Michigan, and they were contractors. And they were there because they didn't have enough work in Michigan. Michigan has a 15% unemployment rate. They spoke of homes that were valued at almost $300,000 that were selling for $80,000, lakefront homes. And just the devastation from having a 15% unemployment rate. We have about a 7%, I think it's a little higher than 7. So we've done a really good job in the state of holding that down. And that's only been because I think we have a great diversified economy. But the only way you're going to really attract jobs and try to grow the Windham County's economy, which has been stagnant and not growing very well, is to have an energy source of common, have expenses that a business person coming in knows what they are. And if electric rates are going to go up 30% if Yankee closes, according to Bob Young, who is the CEO of CVPS, that is not going to attract businesses. And 2 or 3 jobs down the road is welcomed and nice, and that's part of our great diversity of economy that we do have. However, we need to have 650 jobs leave. It's going to take an awful long time to replace those. And we're going to feel it. We're really going to feel it. And it was not pretty hearing what these men from Grand Rapids, which is not exactly in Detroit, but Grand Rapids is pretty far away, were saying how the 15% unemployment was rippling through their economy and how it was hurting families, sending more people into homeless situations, more people having hunger situations, and all that compounds. And I'd like to see us avoid that.
Thank you. The concept that we're doing well in our economic development here, I think is a nice one to have, but I don't think it's accurate. I think we have been plateaued, and I think some of the issues that we're facing in Brattleboro and Windham County are very, very significant. In fact, I think some of these issues are so significant that unless we address them forthrightly, we're basically at the point where we might drive over a cliff, and people are not really addressing those issues effectively. Again, think of the housing market, for instance. The housing market nationally, there's existing homes. There's a backlog of existing homes of about 12 months that a house stays on the market before it's sold. Typically, for a healthy economy, it's 5 months. For new homes that are being built, the backlog is 7 or 8 months, and typically, again, a healthy economy is 5 months. So nationally, and I think it's also anecdotally, you could find here in our own community that houses are not selling very fast. Maybe you know someone who has tried to sell a house and it's been on the market for quite some time. Occasionally some will sell quicker than that. Think of what would happen to housing values, and think about what would happen to the housing market if the inventory of unsold homes in this area was increased by over 600. Now, obviously there'd be some inflow of people and decommissioning, but that number is very small, despite what the news stories may have represented. And I think that fact alone would cause people to sit up an alarm. My housing values will go down. My future is at risk. My retirement, which is based on the value of my home, could be jeopardized. Now, the fundamental issue has to be, is Vermont Yankee safe? Having answered that question, we can go on from there and take a look at the risks we're facing.